boys and girls, and welcome to There Is a Place trailer. Okay, in these trailers that letting you know that there's a great TV show coming up. Keep your eyes open for that. It's called There Is a Place. Look for those episodes. They may be on already on your public access station or on the computer there. But if it's still not on, keep your eyes open for it. It will be. It's a wonderful TV show. It's about 25 minutes to a half hour long. You'll really like it. Today, this is our fifth trailer. Okay, as you can see, I'm in a rocking chair. If you've noticed in the other four trailers, I forgot to mention this. Why am I in a rocking chair? Well, I'm 97 years old, and I, need to rest. I have my, and this rocking chair is just wonderful, boys and girls. I know you may look at me, 97 years old. Wow. Said, yeah. Well, I want you to know I don't look like this in real life. If you saw me on the street, I look totally different. This is a great makeup job, boys and girls. This is 4 hours in the makeup room to get me to look like this. So we got great makeup people. We got two great makeup people here working part of the staff of this show. So that's why I look like this. Anyway, let's get back with the trailer. That's the reason I'm on a rocking chair here. So let's get started. I'm your host. I'm a storyteller. This is the fifth trailer, and the name of this trailer is Voltaire. We're going to talk about Voltaire, another revolutionary. That's what our show is about. We're going to change, we're going to have a revolution, a peaceful revolution, boys and girls, a democratic revolution, through the ballot box, where we're going to change the world to a better place, to an economic, democratic place, where everything is going to be owned and run and controlled democratically by the workers. Okay. Anyway, in order to do this, we have to know about past revolutionaries or people who've talked about revolutions in the past, talked about changing the world to a better place. And one of them is Voltaire. He was tremendous. Anyway, Voltaire, his real name was Francois Marie Arouet. I hope I pronounced it right. 1694 to 1778, okay. And we're going to look at some of the quotes that he said. He said, this is interesting. One quote he said here, "It is better to risk saving a guilty person than to condemn an innocent one." That's, and this is Zadig, 1747. He's right, boys and girls. It's better to risk saving a guilty person than to condemn an innocent one, if you think about it. In our country, boys and girls, we're one of the few countries in the world that has the death penalty. Okay, and there have been people, after it's been used, they were found out they were innocent. Okay, about 100 people in our history this has happened. Okay, and this is something to realize. And we've been very lucky. There were hundreds and hundreds of people ready to get the death penalty. They were on death row. They were on death row for years, boys and girls. And luckily, they were found out that they were innocent. Okay, so they didn't get the death penalty. So you have to realize that about the death penalty. By the way, Karl Marx, what he said about the death penalty, and he was familiar with Voltaire. He read Voltaire. What Karl Marx said about the death penalty, he called it state murder. Why do you give the government power to murder anybody? That's the most power you could give the government. There should be no state murder. Okay, Voltaire obviously was against the guillotine. All right, and so this is a very powerful statement that he made way back when in France. Okay, and it still applies to today. We should never condemn an innocent person. Okay, and we have lots of people in prison right now, boys and girls. One, that they're not guilty of the crime that they did, probably 10%, if not more. And then we got a lot more people where the punishment is ridiculous. They're being over-punished for something that very minor or it should not have been that serious. Give you an example, boys and girls. Almost 75% of the people in jail and prison in our country are there for non-violent crimes. That's something to think about. That's over-punishment. Let's move on. Another quote. This is in a great book by Voltaire called Candide. If this is the best of all possible worlds, what are the others like? Okay. And we're constantly told, applying it today, if we look at that quote, the market economy is the best of all possible worlds. Well, if that's so, what are the others like if this is true? This is not clear. And if you look at hunting and gathering society, boys and girls, granted, they don't have the technology that a market economy has, but if we look at our roots as human beings, if you look at hunters and gatherers, if you read these anthropological works on them, if you look at the Zhang Bushmen, they're very peaceful. All the people are equal, boys and girls, okay? They share everything. Everything is run democratically, okay? No decision is made. Everybody makes the decision. There's no one elite person deciding everything. You see, in hunting and gathering societies, everything is run democratically. So on certain things, boys and girls, when we look at those societies, it's better than our society. Okay, we have the technology over them. So this is something we can learn. Their democracy, their true democracy, and applying it to the technology we have today, to move away from the market economy where a handful of people just control and run everything, to where all the workers own and control everything, just the way our roots were way back when, and they own and control things democratically. Here's an interesting thing that Voltaire said, and this is found in Dictionary Philosophique, 1764, Common Sense. Common sense is not so common. Oh, that is so true. Okay. Because if you look at what's going on, common sense say, why are we polluting all the waters? For profit? It interferes with profit? Okay, that's not common sense. Okay, our air is being polluted. Our food is polluted so that we can make more profit. So that's not even us. It's a handful of people making profit. Little kids are working in factories in third world countries so they can make a bigger profit. That's common sense? That's not common sense. So common sense is not so common. Okay? No reason why we should allow that, boys and girls. Okay? We need to put a stop to this now and change to an economic democratic society to end the market economy and all its exploitation. History, let's go on. Voltaire also said, history is no more than the portrayal of crimes and misfortunes. That's l'ingenue. Okay? Yeah, unfortunately, that's been the history of the world. For the last 5,000 years, crimes and misfortunes, slavery, exploitation, oppression, and that's why we're going to have this revolution, boys and girls, to move on to a economic, democratic place. So history in the future will be what we're going to talk about, the different type of art that human beings produce, the different types of wonderful things that were produced in science, the different type of space travel that we're doing as human beings. History in the future, that is going to be something wonderful, not history where the elite, where only a handful of people run everything, whether it's kings or emperors or so-called holy people or capitalists. It's going to, when it's owned and controlled by the workers, you're going to see history being the future history is going to be beautiful, things that where we create beauty and things that are loving. Okay, but when it's run by elites, it's nothing but a portrayal of crimes and misfortunes. And here's a great quote, and we should always remember this, even if you listen to people that you may not like, boys and girls, what they have to say. This is found in Attributed. This is what Voltaire said: I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. Okay, and that's the way it's always going to be. Okay. We're going to agree to disagree in the future, boys and girls. And everybody has a right to say whatever they have to say, okay? And you may disapprove of it, but you're going to defend that person's right to say it. And that's important, boys and girls. And that's what we're going to have in our new economic democratic society. By the way, you can find these quotes also in Bartlett Quotations, okay? Look for the upcoming episodes of There Is a Place, boys and girls. It's an exciting TV show. And remember, boys and girls, the revolution is coming. See you next time.